Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Jordan and today I'm back with another video for Nautis Home. Today is going to be another exploration scenario where we're going to do the Winding Down the Rhine scenario. This is one I've been looking forward to doing for a little while now, so without any further ado, let's get the game up on the screen and let's get into it. Alright, so we're in. Now, when I was selecting the scenario from the list, I did notice that they have updated the estimated time for this one from, I think it used to be an hour and 30 minutes. Now it says 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'm not sure, is it gonna take that long? I don't know, we're about to find out, but yeah, we're in. So let's read the mission briefing here. So Winding Down the Rhine, the ultimate inland challenge. You start in Mainz and head downstream. Your destination is the harbor of St. Goar. Do not get distracted by the views. So we're actually going to be piloting the Hermelin, which is the inland bulk carrier. It's 55.4 meters long, 6.7 meters wide, and 8.7 meters high, and it's 418 tons. Now the Hermelin, this was added, I want to say in the December update, along with this actual scenario, and yeah, I haven't actually played with this ship yet, so this is the first time we're going to see this on the channel. But it looks like we're going to be starting down here, and we're going to be working our way up the Rhine from there. And there's the finish line up that way. So let's get into it. Let's get started. The only objective is to reach the destination. Okay, let me just set the UI and not reset it like I've done in the past. And let me make sure that you guys can also see the instruments on the screen here. And you know what? I think what I'll do is I will also display the other instruments as well, but I would like to put them somewhere else on the screen. So let me set that up. Alright, there we go. So you should see the instruments on the screen now. I put the instruments that I don't normally show just so you can keep an eye on the draft and whatnot. I put those on there as well. I made them a bit smaller, so they might be a little bit harder to see, but they're on the screen, so if you want to see those, they're there. But I'm noticing we're drifting a little bit, so let me get going here. It looks like we're parked in some little harbor channel here, so I'm gonna just come out, make a turn to starboard, and then head into the river from here. And we haven't seen the ship, as I mentioned previously, so let's take a quick look. This is the Hermelin. And this is an inland bulk carrier. It's a small little carrier, but I'm sure it gets the job done. And it has a bow thruster as well as a rudder control. And yeah, anyways, I'm ready to get started. Let's get into it. I am drifted, like I said, I drifted a little bit, so I'm kind of pointed towards the wall now, so I just gotta straighten that up. Let me close that off as well. There we go, we're getting underway. Yeah, so looks like we have to make a sharp turn up ahead right here after we pass this other ship. Let's take a quick look as well. So this is the binocular view of the Hermelin. We can rotate around. And then this is the bridge view. Nice little bridge. Got a nice cup of coffee there too. Hold on a second. I seem to be turning a bit too far. Then we've got the stern view. And we've got the bow view. And then we've got the port bridge wing and the starboard bridge wing. And then of course we have the orbit camera. Yeah, I've been saying for a while now that I wanted to go and do this scenario. It's just I've been trying to catch up on other things, but I have noticed that the exploration scenarios seem to be more in demand than the maneuvering scenarios. So I'm probably going to put more of a focus on completing these as they come out, and just doing the maneuvering courses when I have the time to do it. I also enjoy these a bit more than the maneuvering courses, if I'm being honest, so I'm happy to record this content for you guys for sure. Now let me see if I can make this turn. I think I'm going to drop my speed slightly, maybe give it around 50% instead, and let's get this turn going. The ship seems to maneuver quite well. I'm comparing it to Leocadia. It seems to be making its turns. Oh no! Ah, the key bindings. This game is still a little glitchy when it comes to the key bindings. So if you're playing it and you're noticing some weird stuff happening with your keys, then you're not alone. It's impressive that they got this bigger carrier in here. This is the Zondale, which I also haven't played with yet, but I do know it's available to play. I just kind of play the ships when they come up in the scenarios. I don't really play much in free roam because it's a bit boring actually. For the free roam, there's not really any traffic. It's just open map, and there's not really much to see and do except for just sail around at this point. So as more features get added, I'll be doing more stuff in free roam, but right now I'm not really doing too much there. Awesome, so we got ourselves in the channel. Say goodbye to our little home port here as we head on up the river. Alright, so we're going to be going a little bit to the port here as this curves out, and then we're going to get into the main river. We're going to have to avoid some like sandbars by the looks of it as we go up the river, so it's going to be interesting. Hoping that we don't run into too many issues, but we shall see. What is that off the side of the... I'm not sure what that is. Is it a solar panel? I'd be curious to know what this is. Yeah, this ship handles quite well. Although I don't think it has a very high top speed, which is probably why the estimated time for this scenario is high, is because it probably takes a while. Even when we were turning there, we were losing a lot of speed because of how deep I did that turn. So really interesting. It's an interesting ship to play with. Okay, so you know what I was doing there. I actually went and opened the LXP because I remember that in the previous update they had mentioned that they had added like a LXP course, which I wasn't sure what that was, for the symbols. Now I haven't completed that course. It's going to take some time to go through that material. It's all in text as well, so I am not a maritime expert. But I was curious to know what these symbols were. These ones are danger, so basically don't go in this area is what they're saying. So I think what I'm going to try and do is, oh, it's for a bridge. Okay, so we're going to take the starboard opening of the bridge here. Let's swing us over that way. Yeah, so I guess it's really shallow over here, so the symbols are saying don't go there. Nice, and this is... we're now in the main channel of the Rhine. Looks like there's another carrier coming up there. I think we're at our max speed. Oh, maybe not. It just went up to 11. I'm not actually sure what the max speed for the Zondale is. I don't remember reading that. I'm sure I checked it out when it was added to the game, but I can't remember them all, right? I just noticed this this vessel has, rather than having an autopilot, it says river pilot down here. I'm not quite sure what that does when I turn it on, so I'm gonna actually leave it off for the time being. flag seems to be having some issues here. It seems to be stuttering a lot. Yeah, you know, since the recent update, there's been a lot of strange little visual glitches, so it's really unfortunate to see. Things were pretty good for the first couple of updates, but yeah, that last update seems to have done some stuff in terms of causing some issues with the graphics, so it could also be I need to update my graphics drivers, which is definitely possible, but I don't know. I've definitely updated my graphics drivers since this update came out. So we have another bridge coming up and more danger zones marked down. There is a bit of a shallow spot, which I don't know. I don't know if I need to really worry about that. I might just to be safe, I'll probably come up around it like this and then proceed under the bridge on the starboard side, on the starboard opening. So we'll just continue to maintain the current heading. Yeah, that flag's driving me nuts. I remember when I first did my videos of this game and I saw the flag on the Leocadia, and I said, oh, look at that flag, it looks great. Yeah, there's no markers here telling me where to go, so I'm just gonna proceed up the starboard side of these little islands, go down this channel, yeah, and make that turn. All right, let me turn the ship away from this danger zone over to this path. So it looks like there's another bridge coming up ahead. Alright, we successfully passed another bridge. Looks like we have another one coming up as well. I wonder if this is just going to be a common theme of having to navigate bridges. There's more coming up ahead too. I guess it keeps it interesting, having to pass bridges. Alright, so this is really interesting. I'm seeing that there's some markers under the bridge here, but it doesn't look like they're appearing on the actual chart. So I guess that's something that they have yet to add in. It looks like they've added the markers down on this end of the gorge, but I guess for the rest of the gorge, we don't really have markers on the chart. So that's gonna make it a little bit more challenging, I guess, but at least I can see the markers. And those markers are danger markers for the actual pillars of the bridge, so that's all good. We're gonna avoid those pillars. Yeah, you know, this is a bit of a challenge, the fact that they don't have these markers on the chart. I can see some more buoys up ahead, so I'm going to actually swing the ship a little bit to the port side because I don't want to go outside of that buoy, as that's marking where the edge would be, the safe edge anyways, so it's best to keep that on the starboard side, the red buoy. I don't really see the corresponding green buoy though. Maybe my lights are too bright and I can't see it. Don't see it at all. But we've got another bridge coming up in the distance as well. After we get past this island, it gets a little interesting because there is this shallow space here, so I'm interested to see what the best way to pass that would be. And then it looks like there's two channels to choose from, but I might stick to this bottom channel here, which is going to be on our port side. Yeah, I won't look too far ahead, but that's kind of what we got coming up. Oh wow. Okay, so the houses aren't actually... they're using... Okay. So they're, these aren't actual house models. They're just, 2D images that follow the camera. It's... I'm sorry, I'm a little disappointed. What? Now I see the tricks. I really hope that they added the ability to change your graphic settings soon. But they also need to do some optimization for sure before you can throw it onto a high level of graphics, because I know right now, like, my computer, it sounds like it's going into overdrive every time I launch this game. So it's a little concerning. There's definitely a lot of optimization that needs to be done and some fixes, as we can see, like with the various flickering and stuff like that. But, oh, I was gonna say it looked like the flag was fixed, but no, it's still stuttering like crazy. It looks fine from this angle though. Oh, we've got a ship up ahead. I'm not sure what that is actually. Some type of ferry, or might be a ferry. Drive on, drive off ferry. Wow, we still have so far to go. Okay, so now I'm seeing why the time estimate was so high. This is gonna take some time for sure. Where did the ferry go? Oh, it must have sailed into this this little harbor space here. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna call this the drone view. We get an aerial view so we can see our surroundings. It's like sending a drone up into the sky, right? This scenario is quite dead though. There's not too much traffic here. Alright, so the next hurdle is going to be this this shallow area here. Like I said, I think I'm going to... I don't know if it's shallow, like if it's too shallow for me to go through. I'm going to be looking for markers, but I'm not sure if it's something I can just sail through, and it's not even an issue, but it's a little bit concerning. So we'll see what we are dealing with once we get a bit closer here. We're about to emerge from being beside this island here. Looks like the trees are in the water. There's some flooding happening here. Oh, we've got another vessel up on our off on our port side here. Not sure what that is actually, just by looking at it from here. Oh, it's another drive-on, drive-off ferry. This ferry is turning into me. Luckily, I'm pretty sure we're gonna clear it, but maybe it's going into the harbor there too. And it's like the cross the English Channel all over again. Got ships trying to turn into me. Okay, I see some red buoys there, so we're going to want to keep to the left of those, to the port side of those. Yeah, so it looks like it's wanting us to come down into this area as opposed to going through it. And I'm open to following that instruction because I don't want to take any risks here. That would suck to get so far and then make a mistake like that. I just knocked on wood just in case I run into something later on. So once we come through that, I have the choice either this way or this way. I'm honestly tempted to go this way because I've been choosing the high road each time, so maybe we'll take the lower one this time. I'm just trying to get a visual on these buoys. I'm not seeing them from the orbit camera yet, but I can see them in the binocular view. They're just off my starboard side, but I'm not seeing them here yet. Alright, I have a visual on the buoys now. They're right there. And I see some green buoys as well, so we're gonna get in the middle of these buoys. Looks like there's more than just a couple of red buoys, it's actually a whole path, so we're gonna follow those. Now we're about to enter the shallows, and it doesn't look like they're really marked except for these buoys, so I'm just gonna trust that we're okay as I enter this space, and we'll see what happens. Gonna keep an eye on that echo sounder as well. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard if I get this ship beached. I'm sure it's pretty much built for that, right? It's built for sandbars. It's an inland carrier, so it should be fine, right? That's my assumption anyway. But it's interesting, it actually got deeper when I entered this lighter blue. I thought the lighter blue was going to be more shallow. It's got me thinking backwards, I guess. Yeah, because now that I think about it, the dark blue is actually more shallow than the light blue. Going based off of the other scenarios. I do have it backwards because there's more light blue here than there is dark. So really I'm just needing to avoid like green and obviously the tan, because those are land. Alright, so proceeding along, again, I have the option here. I can either go with the upper route or I can go with the lower route. I think I'm going to take the lower route when we get there. And then for this one, again, I'll have the option, but it looks like the lower route's probably the easier one because I can come down and then it's pretty much a straight line out into this area, whereas this one I have to like come down and around, so I'll probably do the lower route there as well. This one is less curvy as well. It's just one gentle curve to the starboard side, whereas this is like a curve to port, curve to starboard, and then curve back to port. So Yeah, we're gonna go with the easier route. But this has been a pretty chill journey so far, if I must say so myself. Alright, so straight ahead, I'm pretty sure this is the island here. Unless I'm seeing it wrong, let me see. Yeah, this looks like the island, so then this would be the upper channel and then the lower channel. Wait, it might be making me take the upper channel based on the signals. I'm just gonna proceed forward. Okay, I'm sure I could go this way, but the game seems to want us to go this way based on the signals, so I'm gonna follow the signals because we don't want to put ourselves in unnecessary dangers. I would have preferred to go that way, but we will take the upper route because that's what the game is kind of indicating we need to do. I had to disappear for a second to get a little snack. This is a really slow-paced scenario, my friends, so it's making me feel a little sleepy, if I'm being honest, but we're doing it. We're still doing it, so. Yeah, you know, I'm really disappointed by their use of, I think, what are these called? They're, in the gaming industry, they call them, I think, LODs? Or something like this. I don't know. They're, basically what they're doing is it's just a 2D image that they have that tracks your screen, so that typically what would happen is when you zoom out, it would switch to this, and then when you zoom in, it would use the actual model. But there's no actual model. It's literally just these 2D images. See, and that's kind of disappointing, if I'm being honest. I can't believe they released a scenario like that. I haven't noticed that on any of the other scenarios, but you know, and I thought this was a really pretty scenario, but I've only really seen it further up the river. I haven't really looked at the lower part, which you know, I've been in this area, and I've been up here somewhere, up here maybe, but yeah, I haven't been down in this section, so I never picked up on that before today. Alright, so we're still cruising along here. We're gonna have to make a little bit of a port turn up ahead. Alright, we're finishing this leg of the trip, going past this island here. We do have a bit of a there's not much up ahead actually. It's until we get to this point, it's pretty straightforward, and then the river's gonna narrow once we pass this last little challenge there, but it's gonna take us some time to actually get there, so just hang tight and enjoy the ride, I guess is what I would say at this point. This is just a nice little leisurely journey down the Rhine Gorge. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Actually, now that I've gotten this far, I just want to take a second to look at the briefing once more and just find where the end point is. So right now we're, I think, around this area, and we're heading for up here. So let's look at the chart. I think it's before that bend. Let me check one more time. Briefing. Yep, okay. It's... Wait. Okay. It's in this area where the end point is. So we've got quite a long ways still yet to go. Yeah. That's all there is to it. We've still got quite a long ways to go. So I'm actually wondering at this point if maybe I should have did this as a live stream. You know, it would be kind of cool to be able to interact with you guys through chat or whatever, but yeah, I haven't done a live stream for Nautis Home, so I'm not sure what kind of attention that would get, but in any case, we're here now. I'm recording it, and this is going to be done as an upload, but maybe if anyone watching this in the future, if you like the idea of me potentially live streaming an exploration scenario, let me know in the comments, and I will for sure consider that in the future if there's enough desire for that kind of content. I used to do weekly live streams on Fridays in the evening for me, which is, I'm in the Eastern time zone of Canada, so yeah, I used to do weekly live streams on Fridays, but I'm thinking that I could probably do some Sunday afternoon ones, because this is when I usually do content creation for Nautis Home anyways, so yeah, this is just an idea I'm playing around with as leisurely going down the Rhine here in the Hermelin. Can't help but think about what's next for the channel and that sort of thing, so yeah. I also have I have other games that I've been wanting to feature on my channel. It's just I haven't had the time to actually put towards creating content. Giving you guys a little bit of a insider view if you've made it this far in this video. But yeah, there's a few other games that I've been playing around with on Steam, with the intention of seeing if they would be a good fit for the channel. I like to keep the vibe pretty chill. I don't really like to play, like, you know, I play League of Legends as well, right? But I actually have a boundary set with myself where I will not stream League of Legends. I won't put League of Legends on my channel because sometimes League of Legends brings out the worst in me, and I'd rather keep that part private. That's just me. So Alright, looks like I'm going to be turning port side right now to line up with these buoys, and it looks like they're taking us in that way direction. Yeah, so I like to keep it pretty chill, so city builders, settlement builders, like these kind of survival games. A friend of mine actually recommended the other day that I check out a game called Frostpunk. I haven't actually purchased the game, but it's on sale right now because of the spring sales. But it looks really interesting, so I was looking at that. There's also Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I haven't played the new one. I used to play Flight Simulator X, which was the version before, and I really enjoyed it. But you know, again, like the nautical industry, like the maritime industry and ships, I'm not a pilot. I'm not really an expert in that field. It's more just like, as a hobbyist, can I play that game and make content for it? I don't know. I'd have to pick it up and see how it's structured, what it's like. I think it's pretty much free roam though, from my understanding. You pick a plane, you pick an airport, you set the itinerary. But you know, when I flew in Flight Simulator X in the past, I never really worried too much about all the little details, like using the GPS and setting the squawk code. Like I didn't even know what that meant, and all these different things. So it is very likely that I would probably make people laugh just by my ignorance in that sense. So I don't know. It's whether or not I'm willing to do that, time will tell. But I do have other games as well. Like there was one I was playing that I picked up around the holidays called Factory Town, which is more of a it's more of a supply chain resource management game, which was quite interesting and I spent a lot of time on it actually. So with the intention of actually making content for the channel, I just never got around to doing that because I was busy with Nautis Home. But that's another one that I'm looking at potentially putting on the channel. So there's also City Skylines 2 that was just recently announced, which is great because I've been waiting for that announcement for probably like a year or 2 years now. I love City Skylines, so that's one that will for sure be on the channel when it comes out later this year. I think the release date is set some point in 2023. I would probably guess that it's going to be Q4 of 2023. So definitely once City Skylines 2 comes out, you will see content on my channel for that too. Probably do some live streams. I used to live stream City Skylines on Fridays. And Surviving Mars, I used to do that too. Surviving Mars was fun, and I really wanted to turn Mars green, but I just wasn't getting much traction. There wasn't really the audience for it, so I decided to just keep that to myself and play it in my own time rather than put the pressure of having to put on a production, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm actually gonna pull up my games list and see if there's any other games I want to kind of throw down here and let you guys know, let you in on the inside on whether or not I'm looking to do something with them. Oh right, there was one that I've picked up like last year sometime, like in the fall, maybe during like the fall sale, and the game is called Airborne Kingdom, and it's a city. It's a cool premise. It's a city builder that's in this this flying city, this floating city, whatever you want to call it, and you send your people out in little planes to go and get resources for the city so they can keep growing and build new buildings and that sort of thing. But as you're gathering resources, and you need to gather food and water for your people to survive, and coal to keep it's like a steampunk theme, so you're using coal to keep these propellers and stuff going in order to keep the city in the sky. But essentially what the goal is you're flying this flying city around the map, making contact with various kingdoms and settlements so that you can get more people to join you, but you're doing quests for the settlements in order to become allies with them, the story is basically to unite them and create a new golden age kind of thing. So it's a really cool game. I've played quite a few hours in it just to try it out for the channel. I've tried to record it a couple of times now, and I just haven't found the right balance as to what I want that to be for my channel to share it on here. So, but that is one that is definitely on the list for me to put on the channel. So I do plan to do a playthrough of that game. So if you're interested in Airborne Kingdom, drop a line down in the comments and let me know, and I'll get to work on that. But it's coming. Let me see if I can find any more. Oh, the big one. Here's a big one. So Hogwarts Legacy came out, and I used to be a really big Harry Potter fan when I was growing up. This is part of my generation, right? So I know there's like various scandals, and it can be an edgy topic when you get into those things, but I saw this Hogwarts Legacy game coming out. I'm sure many of you, if you're into gaming, you've heard of it. So I pre-ordered it on my PC on Steam, and when you pre-ordered it, you got access to the early access. However, when I tried to stream it, because I had early access, it was a few days jump start, right, head start, and so I tried to stream it. However, my stream setup is for 4K, and I record in 4K and I stream in 4K because I have the equipment that can do this, and that game, it killed my setup. It wouldn't work. So I need to figure out a way that I can record and stream this game, because at this point it just crashes my recording software after a little bit of time. So I think what I'm gonna end up having to do is switch from my ultra wide monitor for that game to my standard resolution 4K monitor and downscale it to 1080p. I know that's very technical talk if you're not into video engineering and this sort of thing, but essentially I need to reduce the quality in order to produce content for this game, but it requires me switching up my setup quite significantly. So I'm not sure I want to undertake that. I'm not sure how I want to undertake that. I'm also looking at equipment upgrades to see if I can make the process better. But that is a game that I do want to. I haven't even gotten into it for myself because I've been so busy, but also I really wanted to share it on my channel because I don't play a lot of RPG games. However, it's a very good one. Like this game is really good, Hogwarts Legacy. So if I do a playthrough, I want to actually share that with my audience. I want to share that on my channel because I feel like it's just worth it. If I'm putting that time into the game, it's one of those games where you could spend 100 hours playing it, right, to get through the story. So if I'm putting that time into that game, I do want to put the effort into actually sharing it. So I gotta get things functioning so that I can do that. So that's my goal. I've also been playing Airport CEO again lately, so if any of you are OG subscribers to my channel, you may have found me because of Airport CEO. Yeah, I've been playing it again to see how stable it is, because the times that I've played in the past, I always ran into game-breaking bugs, and I couldn't proceed any further, so that really sucked. It was just like I was fighting with bugs in order to play the game and bring content. So it's possible that I might do some more content around Airport CEO, but we'll see. My list is quite big, as you can tell. I have a lot of games that I'm really interested in doing stuff for. I was also looking at Timberborn again. You know, Timberborn, the beaver settlement resource management game. Really fun. It was really great. I love the concept. It just didn't have the audience. But yeah, again, if anyone is watching this and you like any of these games, or you like my content for these games, drop a line down in the comments and let me know, because I am looking to expand my content creation on the channel and bring more content, more diverse content. It's just, I'm not sure what's going to catch on and what's not. Yeah, I have so many different games that I could be bringing to the channel. It's about time, and it's about whether or not it's actually going to be worth the time and effort I put into it. So yeah, nice little insight into my content creation journey there for you guys, if you're interested. Not that anyone asked, because it's just me talking to my camera at this point, but what else is there to do as we sail down the Rhine? Alright, let me update the chart here. So we're getting close to, oh, we're still quite a ways off, but we're getting closer to this final obstacle before we turn and start heading northwards. Let me straighten the ship out. Yeah, looks like we have buoys now, so I'm just kind of lining myself up within the buoys and continuing along. You've been seeing me switch back and forth from the binocular view in order to see the buoys and all that good stuff, so we're just continuing along here. Alright, so yeah, there's the islands. This is the next challenge here. So we're going to see where the buoys take us. I'm going to assume it's probably going to take us down into this area here, as opposed to taking the channel up this way. But again, we'll see once we get there. And then shortly after this, the river's going to turn probably behind these hills here and start heading northwards. So then we're basically heading for the, like, that's, you know, once it turns north, then it narrows out quite a bit as well. So yeah, we'll be dealing with a lot more twisty turnies, and it ends here. This is the spot around here. So we're gonna have a bit of twisty turnies, and then it ends. So we're getting there. I wonder how long I've been recording for. Actually, let me check. It's sometimes hard to see. Yeah, I've been recording for about an hour and a half now, so this is definitely a long scenario. Definitely requires more time than the average that I do. And to be honest, I'm not sure what exploration scenario I'm gonna do after this one. Which one's next on the list? I wanted to do the original 4 first, and then from there I'm just gonna maybe just do them in order on the actual list in the game. Although whenever they add new ones, they're not like, I think they might be alphabetical on the list, so they're not keeping them in order of how they added them, which is throwing me off. But I know this is the last of the 4 originals. The first one was crossing the English Channel. Then we did Rio de Janeiro departure, then I did sailing through Sydney, which was I posted last a few days back. Well, a few days as of recording this. This one might be posted. I'm not sure when, like maybe a week from now. But yeah, this is Winding Down the Rhine. So those are the original 4 that they added in, I think, with the December update, and then they added more. So there's more on the list. I think there's 4 more. So we're gonna check them all out though, and I've got those coming. I'm also finishing up the Maneuvering 1 courses. I pretty much, I think, yeah, I finished them all actually. I just have to edit the last 3 videos for that one. So those videos are coming, and then I'm gonna start doing the new Maneuvering 2 courses. But as I said in the beginning of this, my priority is going to be on doing the exploration scenarios, because I feel like that's really the content that people are looking to see in the game. I'm also thinking that I'm going to be doing a video soon for Nautis Home, giving my honest opinion as to whether or not I would recommend the game at this point. So yeah, that's something I have on the list as well. I have quite a big list of things I want to do. Whether I have the time for it, that's a different story. I'm working on carving out the time though. Alright, I'm kind of heading straight for that green buoy, so let me turn the ship a bit more. Alright, we're heading into the challenge area now. And let's see where it's taking us. Actually, it's giving me the option. I can either go high or low. I think I'm gonna go low. I think I'm gonna take the lower route down this way. According to the buoys that I'm seeing through the binoculars, it's giving me the option. So I could either go this way or I could go that way. And I think I'm gonna go that way. Oh, there was something else that I was thinking of doing as well. So when I got into V-Step's games, it was through Ship Simulator 2006. I'm not actually sure how I got my hands on Ship Simulator 2006. I was quite young when it came out, but I know for Ship Simulator 2008, I have it, like I bought it. So I have the CD-ROM of it, and I was thinking it would be cool to reinstall that game onto my computer and see if it will run, see if it will work, and potentially do like a sailing with the Titanic in that game, because the Titanic was in that game, and I don't know, I think it would be cool to go back and revisit it. You could also walk along the decks and stuff. Not that it was I don't remember it being like a super amazing model of the ship, but like it's not Titanic Honor and Glory, for example, but it's quite nice. It was nice for the time. It gave me the, you know, as a longtime fan of early 1900s ships, more specifically like the Titanic and the White Star Line, it gave me that, you know, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. It gave me it filled my cup in that way, you know, like it gave me access to being able to experience the Titanic from that perspective, and I've always kind of wanted that from a game. But yeah, in Ship Simulator Extremes, they didn't bring the Titanic back. I'm not really sure why they made that decision. Maybe they didn't want to update their model for it, but yeah, they haven't had Titanic back in the game since, so it seems like they're sticking with more modern ships. But it was one that V-Step had in their earlier titles, and it would be cool to go back and revisit it. This is a pretty area of the map. You know, I'm quite enjoying the Hermelin, actually. You know, it's not the fastest ship in the game, it's not the fastest vessel, but it handles really well. Like, when I actually turn the rudder, it turns pretty quickly. It would have been nice to have this instead of the... It would have been nicer to have this instead of the Leocadia for maneuvering courses, but I still love the Leocadia. It's a great vessel as well, but yeah, this ship definitely handles really well. I like it. I barely even have to give it any rudder and it turns immediately. I don't know if that's because maybe it needs balancing, I don't know, but I find it very easy to maneuver, so just want to throw that in there. Even getting out of the port at the very beginning of this playthrough, that was surprisingly very easy. I haven't used the bow thruster once, and usually I rely heavily on the bow thrusters, so it's been nice. I would like to do some research though and find out what this river pilot button does. I have no idea what that would do in the game. Maybe it's what I needed to see. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not gonna touch it. I'll do a search later on and see if I can find anything about River Pilot. My coffee is definitely waking me up now, which is good, because I was on the verge of falling asleep earlier. It's like, this is kind of boring. I am a little disappointed by the fact that this scenario doesn't have more traffic. Like, there should be more boats and stuff going by, I feel like. I'm not sure why they made the decision to keep it pretty quiet like this. But that would be a feedback that I would have for V-Step if they want to improve this scenario. Please add more traffic, make it a little bit more lively. Also, fix your housing models, because those 2D images, it's not doing it. It really makes it look like crap. Like, some of these are actual models. Like, these are actual models. They look pretty good from a distance, you know? There's nothing out of place with them. But then you look over here, a lot of these are 2D models. And sure, from a distance like this, it looks fine. But when you... yeah, I don't know. Fix your models. We deserve better. I've been asked as well by people in comments about whether or not I was given access to the game for free or you know, what the deal is, and no, I pay the subscription to play the game, so it's my own money that's doing this. I'm not being funded by V-Step in any way. There's no paid subscription, there's no paid you know, I'm not being paid to support the game. I am very optimistic though. I would like to see this game do well, and I'm hoping that V-Step will, you know, they'll make a great game out of this. It's in early access as it stands right now, which, you know, it's understandable. It's not perfect. There's some rough parts around the edges, that sort of thing, but yeah. I'm just here as an honest individual giving my honest experiences with the game. And if it encourages you to subscribe and try it out for yourself, great. Let me know what your experiences are if you watch my videos and you pick up the game. I always like to engage with people in this way, so let's do a recap. How far have we come? So we started here and we sailed all through here and we're now right here, and we still have to go up here to about here. So we got quite a ways to go, but I think we're probably around the halfway point at this point. So I think I'm going to the starboard side, or starboard, yeah, I'm going to the right of this wall up ahead there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because this is like some sort of channel there, harbor channel. So yeah, we're gonna continue to the right side here and follow the buoys up. So I gotta get this ship turning though, because we're going in the wrong direction right now. I think I overdid my turn as I was half distracted. I keep looking at my phone to do things on the side here. So the terrain is definitely getting more hilly now. We have this giant hill on the starboard side, and then we're starting to see bigger hills over here too. It was quite flat up until this point, right? So this is kind of what I remembered from when I checked out the scenario when it was first added, as well as when I checked it out in my previous update video. The places, the starting points that I had picked for my, you know, just checking it out kind of thing. Like I didn't actually spend time sailing on this on the river yet, but it was always amongst the hills with a lot of natural, you know, stuff around, like trees and plants and that sort of thing. So we're getting more into that terrain now. It seemed to be like more. I'm not sure like the geography of this particular river system, but it seemed like up until this point it was pretty like heavy populated areas, cities and towns along the river. Especially when we first started out, it seemed like it was a big city. I'd be curious to look it up and see what these places are, what they represent. Yeah, just have a better idea of the geography for this. But oh, it looks like there's a castle up there on the hill. I can't see it from the ship, but it's there. I'm not sure what this symbol means, but I'm sure it's some type of nautical sign. I haven't completed the course yet. Sorry. Alright, we're now heading northward. We've completed the turn that has us changing directions and heading into the more narrow bits of the river. So we're heading on up, and now it's about avoiding these green spots because these are like super shallow spots. So the first one is coming up ahead. There should be a little island, and then we're gonna take the route that's on the port side of this island on the left side, as opposed to the right side, because that doesn't look very safe to go that way. So, and then there's a bit of a turn afterwards, and then we're gonna approach this area, and the same thing. We're gonna keep to the left of the island. Yeah, it's gonna get quite narrow actually as we make our way up through here, so a little bit more interesting. I think I see the island up ahead here. I think that's it right there. Let me check the binoculars. Yeah, that looks like it. So yeah, we're just gonna keep to the left side of it. We're actually going 13 knots. Before we were topping out at 12, so looks like we got some extra speed. That's cool. If I had to guess, it's probably due to the wind. Actually, I'm not sure because the wind apparently is coming at us like this, so maybe not. We should be actually going slower. Oh, I was wondering why this keeps getting bright like this. Is it... Oh no. I think it's just something graphically going on. I thought maybe it had like a beacon light on it or something, but yeah, there's no lights, right? No navigational lights. I could be wrong though, maybe it is. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna bet it's probably just glitching out graphically. Well, maybe it is flashing. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I really thought that was a glitch for a second. I could see it from a distance and I was wondering what that was. Alright, where's the next one? Over there. Let's adjust the chart here. Ooh, is that another ship? Alright, we have another ship. First time we've seen one since the last one tried to turn into us, so we'll have to be a little cautious here. They might get excited and try and hit us again. It looks like the same type of vessel as before. I'm gonna have to try and keep to the starboard side of the channel now, because that's, you know, that's proper shipping rules to pass them on the starboard side. Have them pass on the port side. So we'll try and do that. Whether or not they actually follow the rules, that's still to be decided. In my experience so far with Nautis Home, that has not been the case. So we'll see. Looks like they're gonna hit the buoy. Yeah, they just went right through the buoy. All right. We're clear of them, so at least they're not gonna hit us. It looks like one of those river cruise boats. It's like there's if you go to Paris, there's a whole bunch of these kind of boats docked in the Seine. It's flying a German flag, right? Alright, let me straighten this out. I'm pretty sure that ship is not playable yet. I definitely haven't seen a ship like that in the game. I see another boat coming up ahead. I don't know if it's stopped or if it's moving. It might be docked. I don't know. We'll find out when we get closer. There's our next obstacle. We can see it on the chart here. So we're definitely going to stay on the left side here and go up that way because this is all shallow according to the chart. Not sure that I don't think this boat is moving. It doesn't seem to be moving. Oh, it is moving. I can see the wake now. It just wasn't rendering. Yeah, I can see the splashing at the bow, and I can see the wake coming out the back, so it is moving towards us. So another potential kamikaze boat on the way. Have to keep our eyes sharp for that one. it just hit a big wave by the look of it. Oh, there's another one coming behind it as well. Oh, there's another one behind that. Alright, so it looks like we're actually getting into a place where there's more traffic now. I don't know where they were throughout the whole rest of the journey, but yeah, we're coming into a more populated area, I guess. See, this is what keeps it interesting when there's traffic and stuff that you have to look out for and avoid and, you know, keep track of. And it's interesting to see new vessels as well, so. Got a bigger boat coming up as well. It looks like that's another one of those river cruise boats, and it looks like it's about to go through another buoy. There looks to be one sitting here as well. I don't know if that's moving or not. It might be stopped, but I can't tell if this one's moving. And it's like really close to the shores, so I'm not sure. Oh, this is another Hermelin, actually. Trying to see if it has the same name. I can't tell. It's moving too quick. I don't think it does. What is your name? Oh yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same. So unlike the Clipper Canary, we see multiple of the exact same ship. I really like that detail about the Clipper Canary on Rio de Janeiro departure. Being able to see that there is the same model being used, but they actually took the time to put that little detail in and rename the ship. We have another sister ship on the way, passing us on the port side as well. And this one is definitely moving towards us. This one, I still think it's just sitting there. I don't think it's moving. I think it's just sitting there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But this one's definitely coming towards us. Where's my next buoy? Is right there. Oh wait, no, this one is different. This is named differently. I couldn't make it out. It went by too quickly, but it wasn't named the Hermelin. I'd have to take a screenshot as well for the other one and actually read it to see, but I like that detail. I like that detail. this one's called Leviathan. Yeah, it's definitely one of those river cruise boats. Got all kinds of like outdoor seating up above and deck chairs, probably cabins for passengers to stay overnight and whatnot. All right, let me turned this a bit too far to the port side, so I gotta go back, get back on my own lane. I don't see any other ships coming up though. Oh, and why I'm going the wrong way. It wouldn't be a voyage if I didn't turn the wrong way at least once. Okay, so I think these buildings are actual models. Like, yeah, they are. Like these are actual models. They're not the 2D house images. But I mean, there's a lot of repetition. You can tell, like, but at least they're actual models. They took the time to put actual concrete models in, as opposed to taking the easy route out. And I'm surprised they used like those first cities and towns that we went through. Like, those are places that are featured in this scenario, right? Like, wouldn't they want to present that nicely? I don't know why they didn't put the effort into to at least put in models like this, right? It baffles me. I don't know if maybe they just overlooked that. Maybe it didn't get caught when they did their quality assurance. I don't know what happened there, but I would like to see them do better. So yeah, this ship here is just sitting there. It's not moving. I like how they have it sitting there as if it's docked. There's no mooring lines or anything, so it's definitely like, I wonder how they're keeping it from moving actually. They must have just removed physics from taking effect on it, like stop the wind from affecting it, that sort of thing. But yeah, there's no mooring lines, so that ship is basically just free floating at this point in reality. But you know, in virtual game spaces, that's not always the case. Alright, let's see. So up ahead we have another buoy there, and it looks like we're turning to the starboard slightly, so I'm gonna get us to pass pretty close to this buoy and then move and do that turn. So we only have a few more turns to do. So there's going to be this turn that we're doing now. Then there's, you know, it's kind of an S, so it's going to turn to the port, or sorry, turn to the starboard, then turn to the port. And then after that, there's another sharper turn to the port, and then sharper turn to the starboard. And it gets a little narrow here, and there's a bit of an S going on. But after that, this is where the end point is somewhere around this area. So we're down to the last few maneuvers here, the last few turns. So yeah, we've almost made it. I see another blue sign there, but I can't make out what's on it yet. UKW18, I think that's what it says. I'm really not sure what that means. Am I turning the wrong way? Shit, shoot, I am. Made it all the way up to this point, and yet I keep turning the wrong way apparently. Alright, so it looks like it's taking us... Oh, that makes sense. So we're gonna go this way. Right there, this is the entrance here on the chart. But we're gonna go to the left of it, so we're going down this side. And then there should be a bit of a straightaway until we come to a sharp turn to port. Tell you, I'm looking forward to finishing this so that I can go take a walk. I need to get out of this chair. I'm at just about 2 hours and 25 minutes recording now. This is definitely the longest scenario so far. It might even be the longest one in the game yet, so at least we're getting it out of the way now. When I started recording today, I knew that I wanted to do this one, like this was the next on my list to do. But I know I saw in the patch notes that they changed the time that they had set there for like how long it could take. Like basically the time isn't a time limit, it's like a suggested time on these scenarios. So before I know it was set to 1.5 hours, so I knew it was a longer scenario. I just wasn't aware that when they had that in the patch notes and it said that we've updated the time for Winding Down the Rhine, I didn't realize it went from 1.5 hours to, I think I said 3.5 hours. So, you know, it's a long scenario, it's a long time to play. But I mean, I don't think you could pause it, get up and go do your thing. In my case, I just texted my roommate and said, hey, can you bring me a coffee and a little snack? And I turned my camera off for a little bit to do that, but you know, I'm good for a bit without taking a break, but I'm getting to the point where I need a break now. However, we're basically almost done, so I'm gonna keep going because we don't have much further to go. But we've covered a lot of ground, that's for sure. And you know, I think the Hermelin has become one of my favorite smaller ships in the series so far. So despite it not being the quickest, it definitely handles nicely. I enjoy that. Yeah, and it looks pretty good. It's you know, it's nice. It's not a bad looking boat. Alright, so we're in the straightaway, and then we'll have the turn up ahead, which I'm not really seeing yet. It's a nice building. I guess they would have to take boats to get to this this building, huh? It's not really connected by land at all, so you'd have to take a boat probably across here to get to it. Interesting. And there's another castle up on the hill over there. Alright, so it looks like it does turn to the port a little bit, turn to the left a little bit, and then it will swing to the right. That's what I'm seeing here as well. So there's a slight turn that way, and then it will swing around this hill up into the up until the next area here. Yeah, it's like we're in another dead zone. We had a bunch of traffic there for a second, and now there's nothing again. Making me sleepy again. Oh. And just as I said that, I see a ship coming around the corner here. Looks to be another river cruise. I think I said the name was Leviathan. This is creating a lot of waves by the looks of it. Alright, we're approaching the turn now. This should be the last big turn that we have to do. I have the ship turning the wrong way. It's interesting, there's like castle tunnels over here. Alright, so we're going around the turn here. Let me zoom in on the chart. It looks like we're good as long as we stay. There should be like a sandbar, which I'm seeing right there. As long as we stay on the outside of that, we should be fine. After that, there's a little sandbar in the middle, so we're gonna probably pass on the right side of that and then continue you know, doing our snake turns up the Rhine here. That's the wrong way. Keep setting the rudder the wrong way. Alright, so let's get into this turn now. I don't see any traffic. I think we're good in that sense. Yeah, just some rocks that we have to look out for. But otherwise we're good. Yeah, it looks like it's guiding us to go on the outside of these little rocks as well. I don't see them actually marked on the map unless it's these ones here, which it could be. But yeah, we're gonna go up and around. Yeah, it looks like for this one they're giving us the option to go either to the left or the right. I'm probably going to go to the right actually. we've passed that last major obstacle. Just a few more S turns to make, and we should be finishing up anytime soon now. I kind of wish there was a marker on the chart itself to tell me where the finish line was, so that I didn't have to just guess. But going off of memory, we should be there fairly soon. I'm not seeing any more buoys either, so. What's that? Some sort of sign? Oh, I see some buoys now. There wasn't any buoys for a little bit there. The first time that we were left without any buoys since the start of this, so I was thinking we were getting close to the finish line. I think it's once we pass this S, I think it's around here, like it's somewhere along here. It's definitely, it might be even around this turn here. It's definitely not up here. Oh shoot. Going off the track. I don't know how that happened. Me being distracted as per usual. We're pulling a drive through the buoy. Good thing the buoys don't damage the vessels. Technically that was a fail. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm pretty sure it should be probably around this turn here, because it's definitely before this. It's not this far up. It's either this turn or it's somewhere along here. So I would say this is the furthest we'll go, is to here, before it says that we've won. So We're almost done. I've been going full speed the entire time, and I'm just about to pass the 3-hour mark on my recording. So this scenario takes time. This scenario definitely takes time, and I'm in need of a break. So I'm glad that I'm almost done. But it's, you know, despite there not being traffic, I think it was a fun one to do. At least it was interesting having to zigzag up the river and avoid the shallows and avoid the rocks, and you even get the freedom to choose your own direction at some point. So, you know, that's kind of cool. We have a red buoy in the middle, so we're gonna have to stay to the left of that. Oh, we've got another Hermelin coming up. I see a green buoy, but I don't see a red buoy, so I'm just gonna stick kind of close to the shore. I see another Hermelin up there. There's a red buoy there. Oh yeah, we're coming up to the end point, like very soon. It should be right here, according to the map. If I'm reading the briefing screen map correctly, it should be right here. So around the point where we're gonna pass this other Hermelin. So basically this is this town that we're at right now is I guess the port that we're stopping at. Oh, actually I can see it. That's the endpoint right there. Oh yeah, there's okay, so I was wondering what this was from a distance. I didn't clue in that this wasn't like a building or something on the land. This is actually arrows telling us turn into there. And I can see the buoys marking the endpoint. So we've made it. We're at the finish line. Now we just have to get there. I might need to use the bow thruster for this. Let me see. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna engage the bow thruster. I'm gonna actually cut our speed down too. This is quite a sharp turn to be finishing off with, so let me kill the engine actually. Yeah, actually we're heading straight for land, so let's backtrack the engine, get the speed down. Made it all this way just to crash into the shore. Just kidding. We gotta get this ship moving. There's a boat on the way. Kind of in the middle of their path too, so gotta get this ship out of the way. I don't think I need the bow thruster anymore. Alright, I was very worried that that boat was going to smash into us. I kind of expected a ship to come up as I was having to make this maneuver, so I'm glad my instincts were correct to assume that that was going to happen. So I was on the lookout. But yeah, we made the maneuver quite well. I mean, we almost hit the shore for a second there, but all in all, we did the turn, we executed, and now we're just getting into this little harbor. Key windings. I'm gonna drop the speed down a little bit. Nice. Reach destination. You have made it to your destination. Great job. Alright, so that's it for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought and give it a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. As well, like I said at the start of this video, I do plan to put more of a priority onto recording these exploration scenarios. So if you're interested in seeing the next ones, be sure to stay tuned to my channel. If you want to be notified when I post them, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you are notified when I do post some videos. And until next time, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.